Hello, welcome to Hyperx 2v2 tournament from Game Reactor 20 years anniversary. We are gonna be looking forward to a lot of matches today with, what was it, around 53. What maps is it that they're gonna play? It's Vertigo, Nuke, there's gonna be Train, and what is the last two maps?
Inferno and Overpass.
Inferno and Overpass. So it's gonna be an amazing day with a lot of good matches, and we're looking forward to it. So far, I think we are already starting in looking at
Possible teams. Yeah.
possible teams. Yeah.
So the tournament format is BO3s all the way around, and we have the preliminary rounds today, ending with the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. It's gonna be a BO3 and single elimination. So you win, and you lose, you're out.
You snooze, you lose, and then you're out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Julia, do you want to go through the prize pool?
Yes, let's do that. The first prize is, first place is gonna be 1,000 euros. And then you can win this amazing keyboard. You can win, is it this one? No, it's
Yeah,
not this.
yes, it is.
Is it this one?
The
Yes, it's
Hyperx.
the Alpha. And you can win the mouse. And then there's also a mouse pad. You can't see it right here, but there's also the mouse pad you can win as a first place. Second place is hardware, it's the keyboard, it's Hyperx 2?
Cloud 2
Cloud 2?
headset.
It's
the same mouse.
Same mouse
And a mouse mat as well.
and the mouse mat. What is the third place?
That's just going to look down here to be sure. It's the Cloud 2 headset. It's another keyboard, I can see.
It's
but
another
it's
keyboard?
The, it's
It's
the
not
same mouse.
the Origins, no?
It's Origins Core instead of the Origins 60.
Okay.
And then the Pulsefire Haste Black Mouse and Pulsefire Matte L mousepad.
So, as you can hear, there's a lot of prizes to win today, not only for the first place, but also for second and third.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if anyone is questioning the quadcast we have by the side, all these 4 prizes is given at random to one of the participating persons. They have a 1 to, what is it, around 50 teams, so 1 to 100 chance of winning this just by participating in the tournament.
There's a good chance, And I can say I myself have this quadcast at home, and I really love it. It's really cool, it has a really good sound in it, and yeah.
So, about the tournament, about the teams, we really don't know anything about who's participating, but what do you expect from the competitiveness, the level of, by the prize pool? I think there could be some really good teams joining.
I'm pretty sure there could be some really good teams out there who's coming in to, try to get a little bit of extra money, a little bit of new hardware. But I also think we will be seeing some fun teams that is in this tournament to just have a lot of fun, and maybe there will be a little bit of joy in it.
In the end, it's all about having fun playing
yes,
this.
Yes, absolutely,
but of course,
absolutely. But
winning
I think
is
we will also be. I think we will also be seeing some good level CS today.
Sometimes winning is just that bit, but much funnier. So.
Yes. If it was me, I would probably join in the tournament just to have a little bit of fun and just get a good laugh. Absolutely.
So, do we have any more to the tournament?
I think we've been through it all. We've been through the prize. We've been through, again, to the new viewers, it's best of 3. It's single elimination, which means if you lose, you're out. If you win, you go further. And as you can see, these hardware and the prize pool, and there's also mousepad. It's the prizes for today. I think we've been through everything, but for all the new viewers, you can always ask questions in the chat if you have questions about the prices whatsoever, and we will gladly answer your questions.
Yeah. Seems like there is a problem with no admins on Discord. Hopefully there will be one joining soon to answer your question out there.
Hopefully. But, I can't answer those questions. I'm sadly not the admin for today.
I think there's one thing more about what you're going to see out there today. Definitely, we're jumping around the games. So when one game is done, we're just going to go directly into the next game.
Yes.
So there's no break in between. We just want to show as much CS to you as possible.
Yes.
Oh, it seems like it's fixed now. So.
Good to hear it's fixed. We're real too. Yeah. So another topic we can talk about, which is on the news lately, is that Astralis got a new person back, or an old new person back on the team. How do you have anything to that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good thing for Astralis, but many, especially the Danish watching out there in the living rooms, will expect Astralis to be performing straight away, and I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they will have a small spike upwards, but it will not be the same Astralis that we used to see before.
No.
No.
No. How do you see Astralis? Like, when do you think they will stop performing? Do you think they will need a little bit of time? Is there other adjustment you would say that is needed?
Other adjustments is definitely needed if they want to just come close to what they were achieving before. What they have to do, I'm not going to go into details, because else I think I could have Kasper Witt's job instead if I had the solution to fix these problems. But they definitely need to do something about it.
I think it's a good thing for Astralis to bring Device back. I think it's gonna give them a little bit of power, a new energy, and I can't wait to see their first official matches with Device. I think it's gonna be really, really good for them. Yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's not.
Klaus.
I don't think it's not going to be good. I just need to state it that I don't think that people should expect the same level.
I don't think they should expect the same level as they were like years back when Device was on the team, but then again, I do believe that he's been,
he's keeping up in form. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I also think that there could be a good surprise where people are like, he haven't been in the game for a long time, but I think we're gonna be positive, surprised about his performance in the first cup. I think we will be, surprised.
I
about
don't think
how
that
good it
he will be the problem when he's coming back.
Oh.
I think that it's the other persons that can't live up to the expectations of what we expect from the team, what they have been performing earlier. I think Device will be up there, not the top of the top, but he will be close.
I'm just super excited to start with the matches. I'm like really hyped about it. And as we can see, we are in a little bit of a warm-up for the first match.
It looks like
it's gonna be Team Madness against Team Ito.
And that's gonna be fun saying a lot. So yeah, just need to.
And it's gonna be on train, as we also can see out from the warm-up. And train is an earlier map of the map pool. It's the latest one that was taken out. The map pool, right?
Yeah.
That was
Switch out for Asia.
Yeah. And I honestly really miss train. I think it's an amazing map, and I hope we will start seeing it soon again. Besides, of course, in these 2v2 tournaments, but. You don't like it?
I hardly disagree. I am so glad that it was taken out. My performance on the map was not that great.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I think we're gonna start now, or they are just...
Yeah. Quick restart, and then we are onto the server.
Let's go.
And with that said, we're switching to Vertigo.
We're going to Vertigo, so it's not gonna be train anyway.
So good thing you're hyping the map up.
Trey, let's go. I was looking forward to it, but Vertigo is also fine. Well, it's okay, but I would say Vertigo is one of my least liked maps. It's not the map I'm most comfortable about, but it's cool. I like it, and it can be very competitive when you're like looking in like tournaments and stuff. For me personally, I could be better.
I love the idea that it's so open. There's so many possibilities to use utility to open up sites. Yeah. And that's the fact I like the most about Vertigo.
There is a lot of possibilities through A, B, mid, ramp, everywhere. I'm not exactly sure in this 2v2 tournament how the map will be look like. You're not playing the full map, you're playing
B only.
B only.
Yeah, with
mid.
Mid. Yeah,
yes.
you have mid. The stairs up to direct to.
We're also looking at two other teams now. It's not the equal anymore. It's Sali and Kalas Kluben. I think that's maybe a Danish team. Kluben. Isn't it saying Kluben? But today
how would they say it?
Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same. I honestly don't know. Maybe it's the same. But yes, so the tournament is Nordic. Is what kind of countries is that?
I'm pretty sure it's
Norway, Sweden, Denmark,
and Finland.
Yeah.
So we into the game.
Are we into the game? It's a knife round.
It's a knife round.
And so again, teams is like Sali and on vertical. They're both stabbed. 45 HP. Who's gonna get the last hit? Actually, he's 0.6 over there, but still. And Kalas Kluben goes with the knife. I'm excited to see if this is gonna be teams that competitive or is in it for the joy and the fun.
I think we will already in the first round have an idea of how these two teams are performing level-wise. I'm not sure. I think there is some sort of yeah. The bell guy is most likely not his name. I think he's muted.
Yeah, he's probably muted. We're not going to talk about that.
It looks like it's Ghost Zero, and we're going to call him Bell. And J Scrub and Viking Kip. And
we're just
to another map.
We're going to train again. Yes. New team?
Yeah.
We're going to train.
Are you gonna pronounce the city?
I think you are gonna have the joy of pronouncing the teams now. So, let's go. Say the CT name.
Triska og Heimkoglag.
And they are playing against Team Boat.
Oh, you took the easy one, yeah.
Yes, Team Boat. You know, I'm gonna cheer for Team Boat because it's a boat.
It's a boat.
It's a boat.
It's bowls and more.
It's about the boat.
It seems like they're missing the enemy team.
Yes.
The CT is not in there yet. Not sure what happened before.
No, but it looked like
definitely working on it out there. I can see.
What?
Yeah, they're working on finding out what is going on.
Yes. Yes. There's a little bit of. We will soon be seeing a cool match. I can see a good match in the background as well on train. I think we're gonna see a lot of train tonight. I think people have missed train, like me, train. Now it's a new team. Magnus, Eve, and Bras
versus Team Anderson. Switching again, by the way. So
it's okay. So for all the new viewers, I'll just go through the prize pool once again. First prize, 1,000 euros. And with the hardware, you will get this lovely keyboard. You'll get this headset, the mouse, and then there will also be a nice mouse pad for the first prize. Second prize is keyboard. This keyboard, right? The Origins.
Yeah, it's
not-
the
Alloy?
Alloy Origins 65 keyboard
Perfect. You will
It's
still be
the-
getting the. Is it Cloud 2?
for the second place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cloud 2, not this one. And also again, mouse and mousepad. For the third place, what is that again?
It's the Cloud 2 headset,
Cloud 2 headset.
Alloy Origins core keyboard, the Pulsefire Haste black mouse, and Pulsefire Matte L mousepad.
The knife round is always on train. Well, we just saw a knife round on Vertigo. So,
Just bringing it
not
down.
always.
So the start of the server, I guess, is
Yes.
always on.
It makes sense, it makes sense.
The warm-up, I guess it is.
The warm-up what?
The warm-up starts on train before it. Okay.
I don't think.
Never mind.
The warm-up right now is on Overpass. Overpass is also one of my favorite maps. Overpass is, like you talked a little bit about Vertigo, Overpass is a big map. There is a lot of opportunities, even more than Vertigo, I would say, is really huge. And when you're playing on a competitive team, it's very important to especially have, well, depending on what people call it, connector on
Underground.
What
Some do.
some do. It's very important to have that because that is like the fastest rotation through both sides. But there is a lot of opportunities, both how to get into the A side, but also the B side. On the 2v2 tournament, what side is it that we're playing on?
That's
is it
B
B?
only. Yeah.
B only.
So it's
B
going to be from
only.
short and from monster. They will come into towards the B side.
Okay. Well,
Looks like the map is
we're
ready for a
going
knife
through
fight.
the knife round on Overpass.
Magnus, Eve, and Brass versus Team Anderson. We have
Anderson.
Flying Pants and Quaxies on the T side, and Jens, Kevin, and Ready
Infe.
MFE.
FE female, let's go. Oh, you can see that these two teams, they really both want to win the knife. They're taking their time. And I think we're going to see two competitive teams here.
Is that directly a strat, or I did?
I don't think it's a strat, but I think they're both very competitive. Through just looking at the knife, that they're taking it seriously. They're not just running out knifing, like, sometimes you would do in a fix-it or e-sport, or I don't think you have it in AAD.
There's definitely some sort of movement that I was watching. Of course, it's not the top.
But
tier,
it's gonna.
but-
I
but
think it's gonna be a good match.
It's gonna be some good CS.
Absolutely. All right.
So I guess they start in what should be a round of 64, and we had, I think it was 49 teams in it. So some teams should be.
We're already seeing some early utility. A flash to go peek. Did he spot some? I don't think he spotted anyone.
He did tag one.
Yeah. So we can see that the T's are both right now outside of Munster. They are taking their time, playing it slow, trying to get some peaks. They bought a Tech 9 as well.
Yes,
That can be dangerous.
We have only one armor on both sides. They used the smoke on the CT side, and by just waiting for the time to run
But
out.
we also see that the Imphi,
Oh, they actually don't.
he actually didn't
He
buy
didn't buy anything. Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. Maybe that's a little bit of a strat.
I would say
Maybe he's going to save up for
one of the
some...
strats they could have gone with in this case, they could have bought a tank. So, one guy is buying the armor, and then the other guy drops him the Tech 9.
Yeah,
Because that's so deadly in a 2 versus 2.
Ooh, and we see Flying Pants getting dinged through Munster. And they're now coming from both Munster and Short, pushing up to side.
Yeah, they're pushing Quaxi.
Very-
He has no chance of getting away from the pillar in the side. Makes Flying Pants only with 13 HP left.
And he's playing it from back line. He's hitting some shot. There is a good opportunity for him to...
Yeah, the problem for the T player Jens Kevin is that the time is running out now. He only has 15 seconds. He has to get the bomb that is dropped on the bridge. He will get the
And
plant.
he spot him up heaven.
Yeah, he most likely did, but he has to get the bomb down.
But he did spot him up there. They're both low. It can go both ways. It's one hit, flying pants take it down,
And that's how you take it down.
and defusing the bomb.
But I think both sides did really well in this round because Flying Pants, he knew that he was getting pressured because his teammate was going down on side, so he went back to get the long distance with the USP.
Yes, absolutely.
But the same moment that Jens Kevin is planning the bomb, he knows that Flying Pants has to get closer to him, and with the Tech 9, that could be a really dangerous position he's getting into.
Absolutely.
But he got the long distance before.
Ooh,
he got away.
we see my Bison on the CT side right now. I'm excited to see what that can do for the CTs.
Yeah, especially because they have the possibility to stand in close range positions. And just having 64 bullets, you can just spray directly at the opponents. Well, that could go to be a really good thing in the 2 versus 2 tournament.
But you can also see that Flying Pants here, he kind of has like a little bit of a pattern, how he smoke flashes to get the information peak early in the round. He did it the first round, he also does it here, and takes Kevin down, Jens Kevin down.
But the same moment the smoke disappears, he's going back to get the long distance again.
They're playing very smart. I think these guys are in it to win it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They still have some minor things that we could correct, but I guess we'll see that through the entire tournament. But they really have some good things to take from this already, and this is just the first map for them.
And he spotted with a little bit of a whiff. He gets it in the end with the FAMO.
Yeah, that could have been terrible for him if the enemy team had more
But
than
now
just
we are seeing a buy.
pistol.
We are seeing a buy from the T side. We are having the AKs out. One shot, headshot. Let's see what they can bring in. Okay, a little bit of a new, not the same pattern. Oh, yeah, never mind. Forget what I said. And we are still having the Bison in play. I don't think we've seen... Okay, nice headshot. The T is now taking down Flying Pants. As we can see, he's out on the short. I think he's close to sandbags. Right? Yes.
Yeah. That flash did a good job.
I like it.
Yeah, well, it did confuse him enough to his teammate to actually go around and take him down. So in that case, but do you think we will see
I think it was a good play for him to go out short, take a new position. So in case they had the information about like both being in Munster, it was a good choice. But T chose to go around back to short. Now we're seeing a short push from the CTs here. And the T's are again, one is out Munster and the other one was a little bit behind Munster. Oh. New map.
Yeah, we got to
GG last dance against Yakuai.
Yakuari.
I love the team names that we're gonna see today. It's gonna be very funny to pronounce them all.
Definitely.
But here we say...
I think the idea is that because we're jumping from map to map, as I was talking about earlier, we have the possibility to show as many people out there as possible.
True.
So, of course, there will be some matches that will have some sort of weird ending because, yeah, we just
we're jumping into the new match.
Exactly. We just watched the buy-up from the T side, and it actually looked like they had a good way to turn it around, and then now we're going into a new map. It's the Nuke. It's 6-5 to the T side. They, of course, already had the switch. They only play 8 rounds on each side in a 2 versus 2 tournament.
Yeah.
So first to 8, and I guess they need to find a winner. So in case it ends 8-8, it's
the person getting 9 is the one winning, right?
Yeah,
yes.
it should be.
Yes.
And in case of 8-8, I guess it's MR3 with 10k. That's the most used overtime setting.
Yep.
So 3 rounds on each side with 10,000 start money.
Yes, exactly. So we're watching Nuke here, and Nuke is as well on the B side.
Yeah, exactly. And they come from secret, so they have the possibility to go through double doors, through windows, and through the single door. So they actually have 3 possibilities to go into the site.
Again, one of my favorite maps is Nuke. I wasn't the biggest fan of Vertigo, but Nuke, well, I'm a Dane. What can I say? Nuke is amazing. I also played it yesterday. Didn't go well, but I played it and it was fun.
And that's the most important part, right? Having fun and sometimes winning, and the most, as long as you're winning more than you're losing, right?
Yes.
Hopefully.
Let's say that. Let's say that.
So now we see the MP9 instead, and that was actually one of the questions I wanted to ask you from the former map. Seeing the bison, it seems like you love the bison.
No, I just think it's funny to see the bison on a tournament like this. I didn't expect it. I would again have thought you would see like the MP9 or like the Mac 10s on the T side. And I didn't expect to see the bison, to be honest.
Okay, do you think it makes sense to use it more than just the second round with all the armor coming up on the enemy side?
I would still keep it.
You would still keep it?
I would still keep it.
Would you buy it again
well,
later
again with
on?
No.
No. Then it makes more sense to buy the MP9 or the Mac 10, which is the current.
But we're also seeing the P90 now, and the P90 can be very strong weapon. I've noticed that through playing against people in different.
Yeah, well, you can say it has most of the same effect of the Bison. It has a lot of bullets, 50 in this case, 64 on the Bison, but it does that more damage, especially to enemies with armor. So I guess that should be more viable to use in this tournament, even though it's a bit more expensive. I think it's 2,150 for the P90 and 1,400 for the Bison, if I'm correct on that.
I'm pretty sure it's 1,400 for the Bison. How much did you say for the P90?
2,150. Sorry, 2,350. 2,350.
Is it? Is it that much?
I think it is.
Really?
Can anyone
Confirm in the chat?
check it on in the chat? 2,350, I think it is. But I haven't bought it in a long time.
But why? Okay. Would you then choose to take P90 over FMS and Galil then? Because those are less money. The FMS is like 2,050 and Galil is 1,800.
Yeah.
So why choose the P90 over that? That's what I'm thinking.
I would say it really depends on the position you're playing. So if you have a close combat, especially in a 2 versus 2 tournament, because you know that you will have most likely 2 close combat matchups. So in that case, I can see the idea of it. But going into a normal 5v5 match, I would definitely go with either the FAMAS or the Galil.
Yeah. But I would also say maybe you have like a thought of where you want to position yourself, but what is also important is to keep repositioning yourself throughout the map. I know right now we're seeing a 2v2, so it's very hard to keep repositioning yourself because we are only playing on one side. There's different possibilities of how to get into the side, but yeah. But right now we are watching Dog players against Mad Knights. It's 5-0 to the CTs. So it looks like they're coming out strong. They're getting the AKs, which means that they have gotten those from the T side. And on the T side right now, we see 2 Mac 10s, a little bit of utility. Smoking aside.
Don't estimate the Mac 10.
Don't, no.
It can have a huge impact.
It can be a very, very dangerous weapon. A little bit of spamming through. CT caught the guy, side, and...
But they did get the plant down, so in theory they
There's
just
still
have to...
a guy alive if he can. No, if he could spray.
Oh, he missed. Oh, he got it.
He got it
in the end. He's just playing on the time. What is going on?
And we are seeing a little bit of a knife fight here.
Depending
in between
on,
the teams.
I think the bomb is. Yeah, we don't have the sounds, so we can only look at the bomb and see how
and
fast
we can
is
look at the little
the
red
blinking.
line ticking down. Yeah.
But in the end, even though he got a single knife kill, but yeah, the CT player did as well, so they're gonna have huge money.
They're both getting a knife kill. They're both getting the money. They're already starting with a lot of money, so. But you can see already now the T's are on the bottom with the money. They're having an AWP and an AK, and this is it. They need this round. They need a few rounds to go into the CT side with.
one of the things is that we know from normal games that Nuke is a heavy CT-sided map. It's getting more T-sided in the later years.
Again, if you look at the map itself, there is so many possibilities. There are so many possibilities. It's always evolving especially on the outside. It's evolving a lot with all new smokes coming here and there, and it's really a map that you can play around with. And again, the T lost. I thought they were hoping for an opening with the AWP, but now they gave the AWP further to the CTs.
But I think one of the reasons that it has been switching so much is because the map itself has been changing really much, especially outside. Back in the days, we had the catwalk going the entire way around up to Silo. That's non-existent now.
Nope.
So there's been so many changes.
I missed that catwalk.
I actually think there was a point that it was more T-sided than CT-sided because you had so many possibilities outside to just smoke everything off. You can still do that kinda today, but we see that if you try to do the wall, you can just throw a fire and then it will totally disrupt the wall and have a huge gap you can shoot through. But the same possibilities wasn't that at some point, and because of that, you had the possibility to always go down towards the secret and down to B side. And in that case, it was more T-sided than CT-sided. And that sounds so weird to say.
When you're looking at the map now as well. If you're looking at the map now as well, Nuke is 100% CT-sided, but we're seeing a more and more competitive side on the T side as well. And now we're going over to Overpass. Again, a lovely map, I love it. And we're seeing Guderne versus Toxic. And
Guderne most likely the word that is translated to the gods.
The gods. It's the gods we are watching against the Toxic. And it's 3-1 for the CTs. We are now seeing FMS. They are really taking serious with the utility in this two tournament. I didn't expect to see that many teams being so, how can you say, in it. In it to win it. They are definitely in it to win it. You can see that 100%.
I think what you're trying to say is that
tell me what I'm trying to say.
What you're trying to say is that if you're looking at less experienced players, you would go for a greater weapon and go for the aim. But in this case, he preferred to buy the FAMAS to get more utility because just smoke, it takes out, is it 17 seconds where the smoke is up, and that's just time ticking away from the clock. And they have to go into the side. You know it can only be B side. It's 2 versus 2 in there. So if you can take time off, 17 seconds with the smoke, you have a fire that's 7 seconds. You can flash yourself out, give yourself some more time that way. Well, then in the end, you are down to 30 to 50 seconds where it's actual time to go into the side. That's still a lot of time, but it's definitely less than, is it 140 they start with on the 2 versus 2? I'm not sure if they have the same time.
I think they do. I'm just possibly surprised to see like the teams, how they're going into this tournament with the mindset. It's really looking good. And we're up on an even scoreline now, 3-3 between the teams. I think it's going to be a close one.
I think if you compare to other big tournaments you go to, and you can say that the main prize is €1,000 and a lot of hardware, both to the
1,000 euro is a lot of money for some people, and for just a 2v2 tournament, it's I think it's a really good prize pool we're dealing with right here, and it's not only the money but also all the hardware you can get.
Exactly. So I think that's the reason it has gotten a lot more of these higher end players that we're actually watching now.
I'm excited to see if there's going to be some players that we know out there that's going to be playing.
Hopefully at some point.
Hopefully. But so far right now, Nulla is taking down on the CT, so it's all up to Seber. I love how we're gonna pronounce the name with a little bit of a Danish accent and a little bit of English. And we are seeing the two Ts coming in from short here. They're taking it a little bit slow, walking in.
He did a fly, a backflip.
A backflip fly, and in the end, Tomiski is taking him down, and the round goes to Toxic.
Yeah. Did a late trade, but in the end, it goes towards the T side, and I
It could have been dangerous.
It could. I think the most dangerous part in this case now is that the economy on the CT side is completely gone. They're going with a Nova and an MP7, two weapons that you don't see that often played in normal regular 5v5 games. In this case, it works for Nulla. He gets Mukil down. Tomeski trades him, but he has the AK. He has a lot of utility use and still a lot of time. I think you're right on that we still have is it 155 seconds on the game clock because there was still 135 after.
I'm pretty sure it's the same amount of time, yeah. But I would say we saw the. I didn't notice what kind of shotgun it was, but then we saw the MP5 as well.
Yeah.
But what I have noticed is, well, it's not recently, but a little bit back in the time, I think Sipnix was using the MP5 a lot. And we're seeing just a push into the side. The T's take it down, and round is over.
I think it's correct. There was a time, especially just after the MP5 came out, that it was used. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that happens for most of the new weapons that got into the game. We had the same with the revolver back in the days. It was really overpowered. Yeah. When the Tech 9 came in, it had, was it 24 bullets in the magazine, and it shot even faster than it did now.
Yeah. Well, what I like about it all is that they keep changing it. They keep making adjustments to keep the game competitive as well. That is one thing I love about it. Not only the maps, but also with the weapons, the amount of bullets, all of it. That they keep it competitive. That's really
They do
awesome.
whatever they can to cancel out the eventual downsides, but also what's called when you have advantages.
Yes, advantages. Yes.
But I think there is. There is a theory about that they do it in this game, but also in so many other games, like in League of Legends, where a new character is a bit better than all the former ones, because then people want to try and play it and see if there's a new meta they can play with. And that might have been the same thing with new weapons, that they want to make people test it on the servers. So they make it just slightly better, so they got a lot of information of it, and then they can roll back to what they initially wanted to do with it.
Yeah, that was a hard word for you. We got it out. All right, it's 5-5, even scoreline. And again, we're seeing the MP5 on the T side right now, and an AUG, AUK, on the CT side. Where is he going to play? Is he playing it from backline? I would expect him to play from
heaven, maybe.
He's playing from heaven? I'm trying to see the map from here, but I'm a little bit blind. But I think he's playing from the backline, isn't he? Oh, okay, you're right. He played it from heaven.
But it makes sense. It's not the expensive AVP.
No, it's the small. I would say Scout is the small.
It's just some sort of an M4 with a sight on it, a scope. I guess it's a scope because you can zoom in on it.
Yeah. Yes, I would agree on that. And then we are seeing the Silence M4 as well. If you should choose, what do you prefer, the silencer or the normal M4?
Silencer, all the way.
Me too.
And it feels like no matter what they do to change it, it's still going to be the M4 with the silencer.
2 quick kills from Nulla here, and he takes the round for the T. Good shots out there.
It does actually look pretty good for the T side, the guards.
It's still competitive. We are still kind of even on the scoreline, 6-5, so it can go both ways.
They're pressuring the economy on the CT side. Like this round should
100%.
Almost automatically go to the T side.
But we see a Deagle, and a Deagle we all know can be very dangerous. He takes one down. He took one down, and the round again goes to the T's.
But that just shows how much these teams are going into the game as well, because he was instantly there to trade his teammate.
Yes.
And that would not happen on less experienced teams.
This round is very important before they can... He's going in connector. I think it's the first time we're seeing them going into connector. Maybe they're trying to get a little bit of a read on them, but the CTs are playing it very passively. I think they're trying to play it safe a little bit. I've seen him in this position multiple times now. I don't know if he's been spotted in that position before, but I have seen him going a little bit on this one.
So we got Nuller out of the connector. He's flashing out for his teammate. Saber is pushing out, but Tomeski was behind the pillar, so he didn't get flashed, which makes him easy to take out. Saber.
It's gonna be... There's a good chance for the CCs now to get back into the game, to get that 6th round. They are having a little bit of... they're having some flashes, decoy, and Nuller still has a smoke to play with, but he gets taken down, pushes through the smoking monster, and Tomeski is taking him down. 6 rounds to the CTs now. It's very, very close game. Very close game.
The downside for the Toxic team is that they still have economy on the T side. They can still buy up.
Yes.
But can they break them down now? They have a real good chance of taking both this round and the 8th round.
Yes.
And then have the map point in this case.
I would say Zebra still have a good economy going, so I would say we would still be seeing maybe a buy next round in case if the CC still gets around. I think we still will see a buy from the C next round with the money. But you can see that these teams are taking it very seriously. They are playing it safe. They're playing it smart. They're not just running into it. And yeah, they're taking their time.
I must say I'm actually really impressed by the level of the teams we're seeing. We haven't yet seen anyone do the...
Except the 2 knife rounds we saw on Nuke before. That was...
True. That was... But not the... What do you call it? Like a headless chicken running out through a smoke and doing random stuff. It's been like calculated plays they've all been running.
Looks good. And he takes down one of the CTs, and the round goes to the CTs. Now it's going to be exciting to see if they choose to buy or not. We know that Sever still had a little bit of money on the T side. And Tech 9s, we're going to see Tech 9s. Tech 9s can also do a lot of damage, and the round can still go to the Ts. I have been seeing some sick shots with the Tech 9s before, so I'm very open for both teams here.
But the main idea is, in this case, they've just got to get slaughtered out on the short.
Yes.
They were saving up for this round. They want to go for the 8th round, sorry, the 16th round in total.
They want to go for the overtime?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for getting to the point.
Yes, they're going for the overtime buy. Well, I was kind of expecting it, but again...
But look at this. He's going so close with the orb. Tomeski playing around the smoke. We have both T side out behind the smoke in monster.
I think it's the lurk smoke, right? It's the lurk smoke monster, and it's one and one. Is the CT's gonna run with this game?
It's actually the T's that get it.
Overtime.
So we get our first
overtime,
at least on the stream.
At least on the stream for now. There can still be overtimes out there. There is a lot of teams playing, and just to give a little bit of a summary, it's best of 3, and if you lose, you lose. If you win, you're going further. And today we're gonna play everything except the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. They're gonna be played tomorrow. But the rest of the games are gonna be played today. And they are all fighting for the first prize of 1,000 euros. This keyboard.
Hyperx Cloud Alpha wireless headset.
Perfect.
The Hyperx Haste mouse. Black mouse, I think it was.
I've actually never tried it. Is it like a lightweight? It's a lightweight.
Ultra lightweight.
Ultra lightweight.
62 grams and up to 100 hours of playtime before it has to be recharged.
I'm looking to get myself a new mouse. Maybe I should try it. And then as well a mouse pad, of course. Second prize is hardware, keyboard, the Hyperx Cloud 2.
I think it's the same mouse.
The same mouse and mousepad.
Yeah.
And third prize is, again, the Hyperx Cloud 2 keyboard.
But that's another keyboard.
But that was the core, Origins core keyboard you can win on the third prize. And I think you also get the mouse, maybe.
And
you
the
can check
mousepad.
into that while we're going into the overtime. And the T's are getting the first round. And you can see it's going to be a fast round, running up short. Getting fast. And they are changing a little bit on they're based on the the speed.
Yeah, they're changing
Help me out.
the pace of their entries towards the side.
We've been seeing they have been playing a little bit slow throughout the whole game so far. So now they're changing it up a little bit, trying to go a little bit fast, maybe trying to give a little bit of a surprise towards the CTs. But you can see the CTs took the round down. It's 9-9, and we're going into the last round of this half of the best overtime before they swap sides again. And we're seeing an up on the T side. I actually didn't expect to see an up on the T side. I understand how you would play it. I don't know if they have another weapon laying around for when they're going to side, but I didn't expect to see an up on the T side because you kind of want to push into side, and it's kind of limiting you a little bit.
In this case, they got surprised. They actually, for once, pushed the short, got towards the monster from the side instead of the normal way through monster.
We did see them take short once where he just locked them down on the Tech 9s before the overtime. But yeah, it's 1 versus 1 right now, and it's gonna be deciding who's gonna take the lead into the next half of this overtime. Is it gonna be Toxic or the Gods?
That's gonna be the Gods taking their 10th round of this map. The first overtime done. But just going back, I would agree that playing the AWP from the T side with two teams playing so defensively makes no sense in this case, because he can sit there, he can have watching an angle for more than a minute, but because they're not pushing, okay, sorry, they did this one round, but normally, from the info that you have had so far, they would not be pushing. So just watching for this area that they will not come, well, that kind of makes no sense.
Yeah. Again, you saw one round, but even though you saw the push or not push, I still wouldn't have picked the AWP for the T side because it just limits you down on how you're going to take side. You're only playing one side, so the CTs know they either come from here or here, and the CTs can be standing basically everywhere. So with the AWP, I think it's, I wouldn't have chosen it.
Yeah, that's the main difference between Overpass and some of the other maps. You only have 2 entrances
1 versus 1.
into the side, where you have 3 of many of the others, for Nuke example.
And it's even score again, 10-10. It's exciting to see how long this match is gonna be.
Oh yeah, if they can continue up to rake up the overtimes.
Yes. We're seeing a boost. I think it's the first time I see this boost from the CTs. And you can see that the Ts are just playing it passive outside of Monster. I think they're taking it slow, just holding, watching the pushes, because the CTs have been pushing a little bit. So it makes sense that they are just holding it.
Well, the flash from the T side makes the CTs change their ways of looking into this round. Expecting a monster push.
I think since they haven't spotted anything on short by the boost, they're expecting them to come through Monster, just like you see they're prepared for. But the rounds still go to the Ts. So it's very well played, but since they got the early information about with the boost, no one is short. They can both focus onto Monster. But even though they knew about it, the round still went to the Ts, and the Ts are now in match points.
Yeah, but because they won the 2 rounds on their T side, they have the upper hand coming into the economy. Look at the weapons. It's an XM10 Ford 14 or 12?
Yeah.
10, 12 or 10, 14, I can't.
To be honest.
The auto shotgun and the MP9, that's all they have. They have a single flash.
Tomiski does have to be careful now because it's waiting right around the corner. Oof.
So close, but Tomiski wins the duel. Seba is
Now
taking
it's
out
all
by
up
Hedge.
to Nulla to get this round in so they can go up to the next overtime. He gets the first kill. Second kill is right behind. A little bit of a fail. And Toxic takes the win.
He knew his position. He went on the information and just pushed him as he was trying to get away from the water. And then they take the last round. So, yeah, map 1 goes to Toxic.
And right now we're seeing dog players again. I'm pretty sure we already seen them a little bit before. I remember the name dog players.
Yeah, but I don't think it
But
was.
I think it's a new team they're playing against.
Yeah.
So that would mean that they probably won the first.
I'm pretty sure they won the nuke that we watched.
Yes, wasn't it they were on?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had 5 or 6-0 when we joined the match.
Yeah, so they probably won the whole
matchup.
the
Yes.
whole matchup, and they're now going into the second match. They are 7-2. It's looking pretty good. Mac 10 is a beast. Mac 10 is an absolute beast. And right now we are seeing. We are going to see. Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah,
it's match point right now, so it makes sense.
They have 8 rounds. They have, as you say, the map point, but they're still going with the MP9 and the Mac 10. So it just says that something about their playstyle. They want to go fast. They want to go close combat and just rush into the side. In this case, Bacon is good. Is holding an angle where he has a long distance, and that's definitely favorable going in with the M4.
Yes. MT right now is playing to survive. It's 8-3. One more round for the T's, and they won. They're probably going on to another map afterwards. I think this is the first map. I would assume this is the first map.
Yeah. Looking at how long these players have been playing so far, I think it should be the first map.
But you never know.
Dog players and MT.
Yeah. Can Glissard take this round down for them? He couldn't, and the win goes to dog players.
Yeah.
And we are straight to Anderson again. I remember those names.
Yeah.
as
Now
well.
we got them playing
And
against
Ito.
Ito,
Yes.
yeah.
They were playing on. Was it Train? Was it Train they were
I think we
playing on?
maybe only saw the start of the warm-up, so we don't actually know what the first map was.
Oh.
But they are definitely either playing the second or the third map now, and Team Anderson is leading here on Vertigo 2-0. But the bomb is down. Itoko has the possibility, the upper hand of playing around the smoke. But in this case, he spots him straight away. I didn't even see him before he was shooting.
No, me neither. And I don't know at the time, but I'm pretty sure.
There should be plenty of time to defuse
plenty
the bomb.
of time. So yeah, 3-0 to Team Anderson in this map. Again, I assume it's second or third map. And for the T's right now, we're gonna see a small pistol bar. Tech 9, Deagle. It can be
It's match number 2.
for Ito. So I guess they won the first match.
Either that or it wasn't actually the 2 teams playing in the first. We just remember the 2 names, but it was from 2 different
Yeah, maybe it
maps.
was 2 different.
If it's correct, but Juster.
Ooh, the Tech 9 does the damage. It's the headshot.
So you want to go for his name, Svet Gudin?
Svetguten. We can put in a little bit of an accent to it. Svetguten. I would guess it's something like it's sweaty god.
The sweaty god.
The sweaty god.
Pardon our Swedish, I guess it is.
And they took the first round on the T side. And now we're gonna see AKs, M4s, straight matchup. And again, this is the vertical map. They can come from both mid, they can come from B and around. Flying Pants take the first one. And now the Sweat God is gonna be the one to clutch. And he takes down the first one.
That's actually a team flash.
Yeah. very unlucky.
So it's Flying Pants actually killed his teammate, kinda.
This can be very interesting. I think he had a good timing on, and I don't think the sweaty god expected him to be there. It was very well played from Flying Pants to walk around there.
Yeah, it might have been one of the, I'm just gonna, to be sure, look behind me, and he was actually there just waiting for him. So he got a bit surprised, he got taken down, and now Team Anderson is leading 4-1.
Yes.
So assuming it was the second match for these two teams, well, then it must have been the first map on the second match. Right.
What?
It's the second match.
Oh, it's the second match.
Yes.
I got it now.
So,
I got it now.
So yeah, it should be the first map between these two teams.
Yeah. And right now, we are surprisingly seeing it be hit. It won't go B. And I would say they're pretty good at trading each other on both teams right now. They are like playing very close together to be ready for that trade. Both teams. And again, the T's are down to 2 tick 9s. They are saving a little bit up, which could be smart. And
What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing a little bit at you. We're seeing it coming up here. A nice thing on the Tech 9. With the Tech 9, sorry. And that just shows how much damage these Tech 9 can do. It's good nade from Flying Pants.
That's a huge impact nade he got. Taking down the one that was going to plant the bomb and then get the 1 versus 1.
That is one thing I really, in general, enjoy, but especially here on this map, both on the A side and on the B side, is that you use the utility for when the people are planting the bomb, both the Molotov and the nade. You see it on all maps, but especially on Vertigo, I think it's very common to use both on B and on A. And again, it's the Svedguden who is gonna try to clutch this to get the, must be the last round of this half in for the T's.
Correct.
He gets spotted. They have the information about where he is at now.
Yeah, this is really gonna be a problem for Ito. Like the Flying Pants, he's playing so well. He's using his utility at the right time. He's peaking at the right moments. And this is constantly making a pressure on the T side. Trying to flash himself out, Svedguden.
Again, they knew his position before, and they are still holding it. Flying Pants take it down, and we're seeing him on 12 kills so far. Good half for them. It's 7-1, and let's see if it's gonna be a fast match.
He definitely brought his larger shoulders into this map, carrying his teammate Quaxi S so far.
Yes.
But, well, that's sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And in this case, he's playing really good, taking one for the team, I guess you could say. But now, Huey,
back in the game. Ito is back in the game now. 7-2. Can they do it?
They just need 7 rounds to win the game. Out of
yes.
yeah,
Good
exactly.
calculation. It's weekend, it's fine. We can still use our brain a little bit to calculate. They need 7 rounds to win, and it's gonna be exciting to see if they can get a comeback coming in here. But we see that both of the T's are going in mid right now. They're sneaking a little bit in mid. They also already have early information about B, so they should start to be aware of mid. You can see he's already starting to fall back. They're putting a little bit, and
yeah, well, going into this round, this should be a CT side. A CT round, because they didn't invest anything.
Look at them on the T side. He's really carrying 13 kills, and his mate is having the 3 kills. Whew. Flying Pants is taking it down for the T's.
But yeah, they went into that round with nothing. They didn't invest anything in that round, so it was already hard for the T side to get anything out of it. Yet they still have a good damage on I think it was Sweatguden.
Sweatguden. And we have a little cheer on the Sweatguden in the chat. We call him the Sweaty God.
Sweaty God.
If we are going to translate it over to English. So yeah, 7-3. The Seaters are getting a few rounds in now. They are still having their buys from the second round. We see the MP9, we see the FAMAS against the AK and the Galil. But again, it's close range. Can he do it? Takes the first one down. And he's fast with the...
Yeah, he was...
What do you call it again? The trade.
Oh yeah, the trade. The refrag.
Refrag, thank you, thank you.
So yeah, but he played around the smoke directly. So the first guy was out behind the white box, took the deep swing, like the broad swing from the behind,
Yeah,
where else the other guys was playing close to the smoke. So in the same moment that he killed the first guy, he expected the other one to come from another angle, but he just came from the same side. So he actually switched away from the position and got surprised by the guy.
And we are now seeing a 1 versus 1. We're having again the Sweat Guard against... The AWP wins this round. The AWP wins this round. And it's 8-4 now. Can they do it? Can they bring it back?
I think
bring it to overtime?
For most teams, it would be really hard to get 4 rounds in
It's
a row.
also a little bit with the mentality of it. Like, you know, you have to win the rest of the rounds to go into overtime, or you're done.
Yeah, having just one single round, you can give up. Like, was it 7-4?
He was taking a little bit of a bet here, Sweat Garden. How he saw them jumping, kind of a little bit expecting them to be there and still going out, pushing it like that to take their shot. He probably didn't expect them to jump through the smoke. He probably expected them to go up towards Guardian or something like that.
But you say the right thing to do in that case would go more back into the CT, so he would have the longer distance.
Yeah, but I understand his mindset of how he wanted to play it, but I wouldn't have done it with an AWP. If I have maybe an M4 SMG or something, I would have done it, but with the AWP, it is a little bit of a risky chance to do that, I would say.
So a bit too risky, that's what I hear.
Yeah, with the AWP, if it was another weapon, I understand the mindset of how and why he chose to do it, but it was a risk. Oof. Flying pants get taken down.
That was a good angle.
It's one of the more common angles we see now in the tournaments as well, to go up and get that the peak, but Sweatguden was ready for it.
Oh, and he even spotted him, got him down, and now they only need 2 rounds to go back into the game.
2 rounds more?
We have 7 matches left today.
7 matches left? That's going very fast.
Yeah.
7 matches left for today. All right.
So they're trying with a fast-paced attack through the mid. They are only on pistols, a single flash to help them out, and they actually get the first kill. Flying Pants might have a chance to pick up a weapon. He gets the M4. The nade. Oh.
I would have loved
actually,
to see that nade hit.
Yeah, but that actually cost the game, because
that costed the game.
he missed the nade. He didn't get back from the pushing T on Guardian position, and they win the map 9-6, I think it was.
Yeah, they made it to 6 points, the CTs. And now we're back to watching Toxic against the Gods. It's 2 teams that, rest in peace, Ito. It was a very well played, and better luck next time.
If I'm not mistaken, by the 2 teams now, the Toxic won on Overpass, and that's been quite some time. So this should be map number 3 between these 2. Yeah, exactly. I get the confirmation from backstage. Map number 3. So the winner of this map takes the next step towards the grand prize of a lot of hardware and of course the 1,000 euro that
Yes.
we have
Yes.
in for the winner team.
So again, Toxic, we are seeing Tomiski and Mooke. I'm gonna call you
Mooke.
Mooke. And on the Gods team, we're seeing Seber and Nula. I think that's
I
a
love how
Danish team.
when you're
Nulla.
saying Nulla, you're just like an extra pressure on
Nulla.
the on the words.
Nula. Cheering on Nula. And it's 2-2. It's even now. Yeah, 2-2. And we are having a full buy on both teams, a little bit less utility on the CT side. I would say it's a little bit the same as we talked about on Overpass. It's those smoke grenades and everything can, keep them away for a longer time. But as well on Overpass, they had 2 places they could come in from. They also had the connector open, but here on Terrain we're watching like you can come from Ivy, you can come through Pub, you can come through Main. So you can actually come from 3 places, which makes it harder for the CTs to just hold the angles from where people come into sight because there are only 2 people and there's 3 opportunities.
Yeah, the main problem is that they can like use 2 smokes on 2 position and then use the fire molotovs on the last position, so they get a total of around 15 to 20 seconds they hold them out. But if they do this thing of only, not only, but spreading out to all the entrances to the side, there's a lot of time afterwards. So what I would do instead is concentrate on maybe only smoking and firing and nading 2 of the spots.
Area.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
I would choose 1 area and then just keep my focus on the 2 other areas.
Yeah.
So make sure that maybe in this scenario, I would use my utility, let's say on Pub. So you only have to focus on Ivy. You can get yourself in a position where you can also have a lineup with Pub Dog, so in case people push with the smoke or something, and still play in a passive angle, holding main, like you can see up here. He's safe from the Pub. I guess this guy was holding main. So in like those positions, that's how I would play it. So it's yeah. But now they are having a full buy with utility. So now we can see how they are actually choosing to take use of this utility, which is going to be interesting. I think they still have. They're actually not really using that much of their utility, as you can see. He just picked up a Molotov, but besides that, he had a smoke and he had a flash. So they are not using it that fast, but I think the pace of the T sides right now are also playing it very fast. So they're not getting to the point where they're putting the utility down.
Yeah, it's hard to actually use all the utility they have because, like we see now, the gods are already going out through the main. They get hit hard by the nades, but they are on towards the side.
They are using the Molotov, and the Molotov actually makes Nula walk into it by crossing over to electric. He goes into the Molotov that is placed for Pop Dog.
And I think that he was too focused. He was too zoned into getting this kill that he didn't actually figure out that he was standing in the fire.
It was in the moment of the heat. He was so concentrated about going out and getting into the side that he gets
tunnel
taken down.
vision that he could only see his goal
But
in
he
front
gets
of him.
taken down by the Molotov.
Any
Better luck next time.
Any more ways we can explain the same thing?
Let's try one more thing. We're seeing the AUG again. It's the second time I see it today, and it's not one of my favorite weapons. AUG, it has been, but since it got reconstructed, or how you would explain it last time?
I would say nerfed directly. Yeah.
You think so?
Like the SG and the AUG. I think they lost some of their power.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
in that case, I would call it, they got a big nerf.
Yeah. So no, I don't really enjoy that weapon. But now we're going into the second half. It's 6-2 to Team Toxic. And again, it's the third map we're into right now. So the winner wins, the loser is out. And we see Muke, as I'm gonna call him. He takes a little bit of damage by dropping down on the ladder in Pop Dog. Still managed to come out. Both teams are pretty hit. They have one player in Ivy, one player in Connector. And we see a team kill. We see a team kill.
And that must have been the first of all the matches we've watched that there was a team kill, right?
There's a team kill. Yeah. There is a team kill, but luckily...
That's actually a really good position he gets into.
Nice
It's like just watching one pixel, and the same moment he spots that pixel walking by the little area, he shoots and gets the kill. So they're actually trying their best. Of course, they're trying their best to get back in this match.
They're not trying their best.
but yeah, only 3 rounds up for the guards now, and they have the, I would say, more favorable CT side.
Normally, you would also say Train is a CT-sided map. Like, it's... I don't know if that's... It was very CT-sided. I don't know if that's why they chose to take it out of the map pool to do some... Yeah, reconstruct it. They haven't, so I assume not. But yeah, when it's only a side and the Ts have 3 possible ways to get into side, I would say it's kind of more towards 50-50 because there's only 2 CTs to hold 3 ways into the side. So it makes it a little bit more competitive than like a usual 5v5.
I actually agree for once. Yeah.
You agree with me?
If it's not 50-50, I would say it's towards the T side because normally when you play Train, 5-man, maybe you do a 3-2, but in many cases you do a 4-1. So you set 4 guys on A side to hold the 3 entrances.
Yeah.
To keep up with the possible 5 guys going in. But in this case, like you said, you only have 2 guys to hold 3 entrances. So you have to just say, okay, let's go for this and this, and hopefully they will not come from the 3rd one and take us from behind. So yeah.
Yeah.
But they're still making it work on the CT side. They're going back now.
They are. It's a pretty close game. They are really fighting to keep competing in this tournament. They want to win the prize. So right now we might have yes, I'll talk about the game while they're going to try keep this screen on. It's 6-5. There's an AWP on the CT side, and on the T side right now we have P250.
Oh,
I was about to say I saw an M4, but they just dropped it. But they dropped it to each other. Ooh.
No, it didn't.
It was the other guy. But it could have been a Kobe. Oh, that's very well played, and he knows where the last one is now. They're really nice round from Toxic, and they're now taking the lead, 7-5. They are 2 rounds away from moving forward in this tournament. And you can see that there's a little bit of pressure on the CT sides right now with the money. They're taking a little bit of a save, hoping to go towards the overtime afterwards.
Yeah.
I would assume that they don't expect to win this this round. It's a round that is nice to win, but it's not expected.
To be honest, I would do like they're doing, going together and see if they could get this 2 versus 1.
Yeah.
But I would prefer a more direct method, like going into the main together or going Ivy together, see if they can surprise, and hopefully seeing the T's going 1 by 1.
I actually think that's what they did. They went into main, they set up 1 player in main that is actually towards the T spawn right now, and left the other guy on the side. So right now the other guy is in T main. And there is a possibility if he got him, it would have been a huge chance for as well, because Tomiski was very low. I think he was down to around 10 HP. So
it was a single shot by the USP. That would have been enough.
For him, yeah. So it's interesting.
It kind of went like expected. They didn't get the round. Now they have to win 3 in a row. And even though they get their M4s,
sure,
they have a single smoke. And that's used in Ivy.
Yeah? And
no, it didn't.
It
looked like he was. No, it looked like he was throwing it.
Yeah,
but there was
it's
one.
There is there. There was also one in main.
Okay, so they did have two
They did have 2, but they used them in
straight away.
early in the round. Again, this is where I would probably have preferred to use the smokes maybe on the same spot after each other. Keep the focus on the 2 other places, because right now it's not that they smoked 2 places and took information of something. They just smoked and played the sides. So in that situation, I would say it's a bit useless to use both of your smokes in the beginning of the round like that. But yeah, it's a very slow round. The Ts are also taking their time. They probably are expecting the CTs to use their utility early in the round, and are then now having the upper hand with all their utility to get into the side now.
They have 3 flashes, 2 smokes, and 1 molo they can use to get in. They have 35 seconds. They are going 1 through pop, 1 through main, and Pop Dog is killed. Mew gets Sepper taken down. Nuller actually drops and get hits. He's within 9 HP. He gets 1, but he's taken down straight away in a trade.
So the game goes to Toxic. They win the match. It was so close by Nuller that he was about to
fall to his death. Yeah.
he was close to doing that. Luckily he didn't. But again, they lost the match, and now we are on to another game. We are seeing Reaper Esports against Metzola. It's 5-7. Yes, 5-7 to the CTs. Again, we are kind of in the late games right now, and we are seeing a push from the middle by both Ts.
Yeah, it looks like a T-sided that is pressured to the end of the game here. They do get taking this weapon down, but the Deagle goes down.
1 and 1. The round goes to CTs. Now again, we are kind of in the same situation as before. Yeah. They need 3 rounds to go into overtime. Yeah, I bet they have a pressure on them. You can see they have to force it in now. It's win or lose, and it's 2 mag 10s. We're seeing a little bit of utility. I think he failed.
At least they are smoking the Molo and
very fast round. Very fast
that was
round.
Actually the game.
Yeah, Reaper wins the Vertigo. I don't know if this was the first, second, or third map, but let's see if we get into another map by them. So yeah, there's not a lot of matches left for today. It's going incredibly fast. Again, it's Hyperx 20 years anniversary game from Game Reactor. They're playing a 2v2 tournament. Can win some amazing prizes.
Amazing.
I would love to get some of these prizes, I must say. I'm a little bit jealous that I'm not sitting at home playing this tournament myself. I could have used a new mouse, also a new headset. I don't have the wireless myself. I think I have the Cloud 2.
Yep.
At home.
I think the Cloud 2 is both in the wireless and
yeah, but
the wired
I have
version.
it with wire.
You have the wired version of the
Cloud
2.
Try it again one more time.
Oh, that's the wired version of the Cloud 2.
Yes, I do. And I've had it for many years, and I love it. I love it. I know there was one time where, no, I don't remember. Forget about what I'm trying to say. No, absolutely. I'm just talking. So.
It looks like there should be a map coming up.
Yeah.
In
my little viewer die, I can see there's a match going on, and I think there's a map change. Yes, again, it's a Reaper we saw on Vertigo before. Reaper took the win. They're now on to second or third map. And again, we got told in the chat that the knife would happen on train. So I'm not sure if the map is going to be train or if they're just knifing on train.
Instead, we're switching to Ito and Team Anderson again, playing on new. They finished the 9th round, so we're going straight into the first round. We have Eto on the CT side, that's Svetguden on, and Huey, not und. I'm going German here. And Flying Pants and Quacky S on the T side. Flying Pants is the first one getting out single. He gets the Huey taken down. Svetguden playing behind the silo in a duel here. Gets the first one, but Flying Pants knows his position, surprises him, and Team Anderson takes the first round.
And to just give a little bit of a summary, Flying Pants was the one keeping the pace of last game. He was absolutely carrying his teammate on the back with all the kills. I'm sure they are a team, so they're both giving a good effort. But he was getting those kills, and I'm excited to see if he is gonna carry this as well. He got the first 2 kills in the pistol round, and now they are 1-1 on the second round.
There's no Iron team, yet he's doing most of the work.
Huh?
There's no I in team.
No, there's no Iron team.
But he's still doing most of the work.
He's doing
so
the work
far
with the kills,
yeah.
But again, it's not all about kills. That's what some people forget about. It's not always about who gets the shot. You can also lay up for a teammate to get the kills, and so yeah.
You can be the decoy.
You can be the decoy, or you can use utility to help your teammate to get out and get those frags in.
Why was I never told that? I only was told how to be the decoy.
Well,
this is how you can help the team. Just go out and I will get the kill afterwards.
So you were the decoy?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, now you learned it, and maybe next time you can be like, mates, flash for me, flash for me. Like that. He flashed for himself, and it's unlucky. The flash was a little bit too long, and it doesn't hit Huey as he probably would have expected it to do. Or probably didn't even expect him to push in through double doors. Could also be. 2-2.
I think that's one of the problems we've seen with some of the flashes being thrown today, that they tend to throw them aggressively, and in that case they can't go behind the player they actually want to flash, instead of throw it either beside themselves or behind themselves when they peek out, because if the enemy team is then peeking towards this one guy, then he will have no chance of not looking into the flash that is either right beside or right behind. And that's the same case in this situation. He throws the flash and it gets behind the enemy team, so he didn't get flashed.
Yeah. We are seeing a lead for the CT team right now. 3-2 for Team Ito. So maybe Joe, I don't know if it's like size STR91. It's not all over yet. They're still in the game. So if you're still watching, you can sit and cheer on Team Ito with this sweaty god, as I called him, Svetguden, and Huey.
I did the complete name butchering earlier, like a real streamer does. I called him Juster91.
I thought Joe size. Yes.
Joe size 91.
When does the giveaway happen? That's to the people who entered. Yes. That's,
we are looking at the production.
That's a very good question. When is the giveaway happening for the people who entered the competition? Okay. We are getting a little bit.
Everything or everything today? The finals. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
So. The giveaway is not going to happen before after the finals tomorrow. And that's going to be where everything is given away, both the giveaways, the prizes, everything. Tomorrow after the finals. And tomorrow, when is it that we start? We start at 4? The quarterfinal starts at 4 tomorrow. Am I correct? I think I'm correct.
I am double checking to be sure. At 3.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 4.
What?
It's 4? Tomorrow we start at 4, right? With the
3.
quarter.
Yeah.
3. Okay. So smart. So smart having it on your phone right there in front of you. Okay. 6-2. It's a big lead for Team Ito now.
But now we see the change of side, and that's the possibility for Team Anderson to get back into the game. They do go for the utility over the armor.
1 HP left on Quackies.
5 HP on the T player Huey. Oh,
Is Flying Pants gonna clutch this? It's 5 HP. Oof!
he does it with 5
was
HP.
He just needed a little bit of a hit in the little toe, and he would have been dead.
But a double kill for Huey, and Eto goes up in front 7-2. It pressures by the economy on the CT side. They will most likely, well, they bought up, so that's either make it or break it now.
It
Because
is.
next round will be more or less the same buy if they don't get this round.
Yeah. I think they're playing to win now. They have to.
And the C-sides get it.
He's again, Huey, clutching it out, making the lead for Evan 2. Match, maybe set point. If it's third map, then it's over and done, but I'm pretty sure that Anderson won first map, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
I can't remember.
We are watching so many teams today. It's
Yeah, well, in this case, the T-side
map
wins. Eto.
And we're going back to Reaper Esport now, who won the first map on Vertigo, and they're now in the lead 6-1. And if this is the second last game in total, is that what you mean? Like the second last game?
I guess it's in total for today then.
For today. I'm actually not up to date with how many games there is left. For a little while back, we were told that there is 7 matchups left.
But I think some of the matchups needed some other games to be completed first, so that's why it's waiting.
For Reba now, strong lead, 7-1. They're swapping side. But they're T-side now, so they're having the opportunity, like we talked about, that they have 3 different ways that they can get into side. So again, I would say it's a little bit more T-side when we are playing this 2v2 tournament. So yeah, they're coming through Ivy, both of them. It's both spotted. And the CTs are preparing for a hit, and they're coming out. One is going backline around to... No. One is going hell, pushing up Olaf. Coming on...
Yeah, he was coming out from the old train position.
Yeah.
But the placement of the 2 CTs simply overwhelmed the T side.
Yeah.
And they got the kills. And that makes them able to buy full armor and go with the FAMAS on both players. Reaper, on the other hand, is not investing anything into the round. It's 2 Glocks and nothing bought.
They're playing it safe. They're playing it safe. And I think it's smart. They are having a good lead. So instead of just buying to just, buy, we are in a strong lead. They're still playing it safe, which is awesome to see. Now they can have a full buy-in with the AKs.
Yeah, normally you go with if you get the plant on the T side but still don't win the round, then you can force up because your economy will be more or less the same as the CT side. But in this case, they didn't get the plant first, so they only lie around 2k. It makes none possible to actually buy up.
Would you say that this still has something to say when you're playing a 2v2 tournament?
I would say it's more plausible to buy up earlier than you would do in normal games because the Mac 10 is just so much more powerful. Yeah. The Galil on a 2 versus 2 situation.
In this particular map, I think it's very hard to get into side with Mac 10 on the long distance towards the CTs.
And that's great.
I would say the Mac 10 in this map is, not in my favor for the Ts to walk with. Normally you're doing if you're like pop and stuff like that, but now you kind of have to go into side with it. You're not going to be able to take that man down, swap your weapon.
Yeah, there's not
that possibility.
Even though there's 3 ways to get into the side, always has some sort of a long distance. Either if you're coming out from pop, you're going Ivy, you can in theory go out with a close combat towards the first train if you go from main. Oof. But if you go left or you go right, it will still be a long distance. So
And
in that way,
Reba Esport won the match. And they won the first map as well, so they
Yeah.
are
through to
and
next
through.
round. Yeah.
they are through and through. So yeah, it's interesting to see that there is so many teams that they're really like they're taking it seriously. You can really see it in how they choose to buy, how they choose to save. No more games today? Question mark. I think we still have a few matches left.
We are definitely looking into it.
Yes. But until then, we will have a little one more game. It's good we have you chat to be around. It's gonna be played, I think. Teams playing tomorrow. We have one more coming.
GG Last Dance, Toxic, Rhea Squad, Dog Players, Alpha Scrubs, Reaper Esport.
There's the dog players we watched today. There is Toxic as we watched today. There's Reaper, and yeah.
So is it two teams named Alpha Scrubs on to the next?
You're just gonna talk.
Yeah. I'm a bit unsure about the info we was given.
Here. So yeah, we have teams tomorrow. A few of them we've been seeing today, and they are going to compete with the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals tomorrow, starting at 3 o'clock. Yeah, you good?
Yep.
But do we have one more match today? We're checking if we have one more match today. I think there might be one more game, as Burial 2 is saying, but we are looking into it. But yeah, so tomorrow we are gonna fight against all these lovely prizes.
Yeah, we
This
should have.
this one is not in the prize pool, but it is in the giveaway
That's
tomorrow.
correct.
That is also gonna be happening after the matches, and I have the black one of these at home. I prefer the white one way more.
And just to be sure to the people out in the chat, it's the giveaway for the people that entered the tournament.
Yes, they entered the tournament. So even though you're sitting watching hoping for a giveaway, sadly not, but you can enjoy and see a lot of good Counter-Strike and cheering on the teams, but it's only for the players in the tournament. Little extra prize for them. So yeah. Are you familiar with any of these hardware products? That
Not directly this headset, but
not that one.
the Hyperx Cloud 2.
Yeah. What are you hiding? I'm as well. The Cloud 2, as I mentioned, is the one I have. I've actually, I must admit, I haven't tried their keyboards yet, but I must say it looks.
So if the keyboard is missing when we're going home, it's not you?
So if this is not here tomorrow, it's not me. it's not me. So yeah, I think in general, Hyperx has also been very good at coming out with new stuff and keeping up the pace. I really like that mouse as well. What are you buying? What?
Wait,
I can't
what?
follow your chat anymore. It's I was about to say it's too late for me, but it's only 1:30, so it's not that late. I can't use that excuse.
We're still looking into whether
I
we have a
think
last match.
maybe
coming
we're
up.
going into server, maybe not. But yeah. Again, so far the teams playing tomorrow. GG Last Dance.
Yeah.
We have Toxic we have been watching today. We have the Rhea Squad. We have the Dog Players, which who we also been watching a little bit of today. We have Alpha Scrubs, and it said Alpha Scrubs again. I guess it should only be one, And there's Rømer Esport, who we just saw now winning on Train, and before that they won on Vertigo.
Yeah, but I'm actually unsure because if you look at the numbers of the teams, there's only 7
1, 2,
there,
3, 4.
and we only get 1 from Yabba Dabba Doo and Doctor going on to the next round.
So you're telling me that there's 2 teams called Alpha Scrubs?
Either that or we're missing a team on that list.
Maybe they signed in twice to get double of the chance.
Yet they're still winning both matches at the same time. That would be some awesome.
What if they got against each other? How would they play that? 1 versus 1?
That's a free win for one of the
It's
teams.
a walkover.
Like the other game, they couldn't show up.
We see Yabba Dabba Doo versus Doctor trying to get in contact with them. Yabba Dabba Doo are ready. I'm gonna love saying that name. Yabba Dabba Doo. I love how some of the names we've seen today. There is some good creative team names, and then there are just team names. you can see Rømer Esport. That is Rømer Esport.
Yeah, that
Then you
just
have dog
sounds
players,
like
then you have dog players, Rømer Esport. There is a big difference in, how do you say it?
Reaper
help
Esports is
me
more
with the
like a
word.
formal name, while
Yes.
a dog
Thank you.
squad is dog players. Are they just like talking down to themselves? We're just dog players. Like we can't do anything yet.
Then they
we're
can
still
only surprise, which they apparently have done since they are through for tomorrow. Where are you from? I don't know if they're having a little bit of a chitty chat in the chat, or if you're asking us. I'm from Denmark. And
the name's outrageous.
outrageous. We're both from Denmark.
For some reason, I wanted to say, have a guess, just listening to our English, and then have a guess where we're from.
I can have a British accent, if that's what you want. No, so we are going into, again, I'm not sure if we're going to see the map train or if it's just a knife happening on train. I'm still a little bit confused about that.
Let's just be happy that both the teams are actually on the server, getting ready for the last match of the day. Doctor on the one side, Yabba Dabba Doo on the other.
Yabba-dabba-doo. It reminds me a little bit of a Scooby-Dooby-Doo. If you watched that when you were a kid. What?
Nothing.
I will rewatch this to hear what you said when I come home. Yabba-dabba-doo. What about, maybe that's who we're missing. I think
It could be.
I think they put in Alpha Scrubs 2 times by a mistake, and one of them should have been Ito because they did win the match that we saw. Ito, they were playing against the gods, right? Or no, that was the.
I think that.
That was Toxic playing against the gods. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that it will be corrected in, so Ito will be instead of Alpha Scrubs times 2.
Yeah. We just know that we had the same team on the list twice, so we were missing one team.
Yeah. We are trying to count, and that's why we had a little bit of chit-chat talk about Alpha Scrubs were joining in twice in this tournament. It's going to be funny to see if they were playing against each other tomorrow, how they would do it. And they are in the knife round on train. And we're loading. We will be in the server in a second. So it's gonna be, all the matches is best of 3. Tomorrow is also as well gonna be best of 3. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see who takes the last spot for tomorrow. Is it gonna be Doctor, or is it gonna be?
I know you want to say it, so just say it.
Yabba-dabba-doo.
So let's, while we're waiting, do a quick recap of the games we have had. Are you in some sort of surprised by, we have 5 possible maps,
Yes.
but some maps have been played more than the others. I think we only saw one game on Inferno.
Yeah. I actually don't really think we've seen much on Inferno. We saw that one matchup, but no.
Yeah, I think it was dog players.
Yeah.
And we joined relatively late into the game, so we only saw like 3-4 rounds of that game. And that's the only Inferno we've been seeing.
Yeah. Of course, there could have been Inferno games happening that we just haven't watched at the time. It's a best of 3, so it's... But we've been seeing a lot of Train today, I would say. Train and Nuke.
Yeah.
Also Overpass a little bit.
And it looks like we're going into Vertigo again.
Yeah. That's what I meant. The knife was happening on Train. And then we go into last match. Last spot they're fighting for. Let's go.
Fighting for the quarterfinals, fighting for a chance to get these really good prizes.
Yep.
We've talked a
Except
lot about them.
Because,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're going to talk a lot about them.
We're gonna
again.
talk, and we're also gonna talk about them tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still really hyped about some of it myself, and I'm so sad that I'm not participating, trying to win these prizes. But
So,
yeah.
it looks like we get the right knife round now.
Yeah.
Sampa and Abe on the CT side in form of Doctor.
Yes.
And then we have a Kollega and Rømer on the T side in form of Yabadabadoo.
Yeah, better be. That's gonna be fun.
I think the CTs want the knife. Doctor gets to decide whether they want to start on the CT or
They
T
choose the
side.
CT. Choose the CT side.
And I guess because it's the last map,
It's also last map.
last game of the day, we'll see possibly all 3 maps
Yeah.
if they go the distance.
Yep. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Confirming. Yes.
Confirm. Confirmative.
So 3 guys with armors and a single guy that didn't board up at all. Sampa gets the first kill.
It's not the first time we see that they haven't bought in the first pistol round, or in like the first round, which is the pistol round. It's not the first time we see that they're not buying. I don't know if there's some sort of a...
Unknown meta. It
Yes.
could be. Like,
Yes.
it
I'm
could
not,
be
I'm
known
not
and
playing
we
that
just...
much Wingman,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I actually don't know if there's like...
It could be pretty damn known and we just simply don't know it because we
Yeah.
don't play it.
But Doctor take the first round on the CT side, and we're going on to the second round. We see that they're playing a little bit passive. Again, it makes sense. They got the first round, and they know that the Ts are not having the best buy, so they're playing a little bit passive, especially here with the FAMAS, who is more of a long-range gun than if you're looking into the SMG.
Okay, they're trying to push Abe, but he gets both of the kills, bringing
Yes.
Doctor in front 2-0, getting a really good start on the last game of the day.
Yeah. But they can still make it. It's only the beginning. And again, there's going to be 3 maps. This is only the first map, so even though if they're not getting through the first map, there's still a chance when going through best of 3. Which I really like about this tournament is that we are having best of 3. I really like that. So it's not like win, lose, one game you're out or you're further. I like
Yeah, you
how
could say because the rounds are so much faster and we have less rounds than we do in normal 5v5 tournaments, there is a possibility to take...
Sampa clutches the round with the MP9. They are walking up in Guardian, not fully prepared for him to stay, be right there in front of them, not having the gun completely out yet. But the MP9 is taking the round for the CTs. 3-0.
He's going back to the Deagle, watching whether they can get entries with that. Sampa
They
gets
know-
the first.
They know info about both, didn't they? No. They're expecting the second one to be there.
Well, they know the bomb is dropped there, so that could be one of the reasons.
And there's a little list of the teams that made it through for tomorrow.
And
to
it
the
looks like we
quarterfinals.
switched out Alpha Scrubs 2 with Ito as well, as
Yes.
it was mentioned
So
earlier.
it's not 2 times Alpha Scrubs. You're not getting 2 chances for tomorrow. Nate, not really giving any damage. And we are seeing the T's are trying to work themselves out in mid. They're not really in trade positions, which I would have preferred them to be. They're a little bit far. Well, it worked out pretty good. But yeah, so one of them is wrapping around CT. Samba is ready for it. And clutches once again. Once again, we see Samba and shooting a little bit next to the dead body there.
I'm pretty sure that was a direct shooting into the enemy team's head on his own computer. We know there is a slide of...
Oh. Yeah, true. No, I think he was just shooting next to
I was
it.
just like, you were supposed to lie right there,
But you didn't.
but you didn't.
But you didn't. And we are now again seeing Deagles and Tex 9.
Oh,
That's
that's some
there
sort
was
of a whiff.
It was a run boost, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
It was a whiff from Abe, but we have seen Samba clutches once
That's incredible
again.
performance.
6-0 to Doctor.
I'm actually unsure, but did he use all 30 bullets on that AK spray?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he expected the run boost, and he started already in the second of the run boost. He already started firing, and then you're just emptying. Your
Yeah, he was just behind for the entire sequence
Yeah.
of that period.
Yeah. Really?
Oh, Abe was ready for the boost. Kollega gets taken down straight away. Brim left alone in the middle, but they know he's in the middle because he did boost his teammate up. That's going to be really tough for the remaining player of Yabadabdoo to get into the B side. He does have the bomb under control, but of course it's only the B side they're going into, so they can just go back and hold positions. And then he has 1 minute to figure out how he's going to get these 1 versus 1 situations, so he has a chance to actually get a clutch.
To answer you, Apollo XX92, there will not be 5 teams left in any way. It's going to be 8 teams from today. Those 8 teams are going to be playing tomorrow. There will be 4 winners, as we are also mentioning in the chat now. And then we're going to, the semifinals of 4 teams and a final of 2 teams.
Yeah, so just to list them up again, it's by the team names. Reaper GG, that's not true. Reaper Esport,
Yes.
GG Last Dance,
Yes.
Raya Squad, Toxic, Dog Players, Alpha Scrubs, Ito, and then the last team will be the winner of this games between Doctor and Yabadabdoo. Doctor is in front 8-0 on the first map, really getting close to go into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, they are swapping side now. Let's see if that makes a little bit of a chance for Yabadabadoo, or, well, first mat is down. They bought Deagle?
They did, yeah.
Okay. Well,
And they get slaughtered for that decision. 9-0 to Doctor after the first map.
yeah. Maybe this is gonna be a fast match.
Maybe. But like on the other hand, there is a reason they got to this point. I hope.
Before it was 10 teams, well, yeah. It's only 8 teams, quarterfinals. 8, 4, 2 in the final. One winner.
I'm just blaming the admin for the way he was writing the teams that might have confused you.
Yeah, there's no,
Well.
how do you call, comma? What is that in English? You don't know that? Well, I can understand that the listed of names doesn't have like a break in it. Don't laugh at me. It doesn't have like a break in it, so you know
Isn't it
when
just comma?
the team name stops and a new one starts. That's the best way I can explain it for you.
He just don't want to listen
Now
to me
he's
say that.
mentioning
Yeah.
them one by one. Good job.
You can actually hear him now every time he enters.
I can hear
pressing the enter button. Click.
He's frustrated now. He's hitting the keys very hard.
So for people just tuning in right now, we are trying to find the last squad that's going to join the quarterfinals going into tomorrow. We have Doctor playing against Yabadabdoo. Doctor won the first map, 9-0, and already getting close to the quarterfinals. But Yabadabdoo, of course, there was a reason they got to this point. They must have been able to play it somehow, and
Maybe it wasn't their map pick.
it could have been. We actually don't know whether it was their map pick or not. But we will be ready in just a few seconds going into map number 2.
Yes. And again, we don't know what map it can look like. It's gonna be train. Maybe they're just gonna knife and train and move forward. We will see. It's gonna be a surprise for both you guys and us. What map it's gonna be. So yeah. Well, it's been a lot of great games today. Watched a lot of good teams. Yeah, I don't think we've been watching any troll teams, or how you would pronounce it. It all looked like they were serious throughout the whole tournament.
They have been in for the deal. They want to win this game. They want to win this tournament.
They want the money. What are you looking for?
Nothing.
Thank
Help me,
you, no
team.
problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. It's all listed there right now. 7
So
teams.
it looks like map number 2 will be train. We are starting now. We have Doctor on the CT side. We have Yabadabdoo on the T side. It looks like it's going to be an Ivy play from the T side. Kollega and Rømer going towards Ivy. Slowly, Ivy just peeked. Didn't spot anything, and when he's gonna peek again, it's gonna be 2 T's pushing him. He gets the first down, but he gets to hopefully trade it straight away. He doesn't.
What?
Ivy gets both kills and actually brings Doctor in front 1-0.
That's well played. Well
just
played.
happened?
I don't understand how he got that second kill. That should have been a trade kill from the T's. Not gonna lie.
So what's the decision by Yabadabdoo right now? Like it looked like Rømer, he bought this Nova straight away, and Kollega waited until the last second. Was that maybe a miscommunication going into this round, or
I'm not sure, but again, we are seeing train. Shotgun, long distance. I wouldn't prefer that.
that was a perfect explanation on why not to buy a shotgun. I would say if you want to buy the shotgun, you have to go down Pop Dog
Yeah, but
and see
again,
if you can get one.
Still, the thing is, you're playing 2v2, so you don't know what the CTs are holding, and you should also not expect them to be holding a close range, because they are expecting, the CTs would expect a low buy or an eco from the T, so they wouldn't play the close range.
I agree, they
So-
shouldn't. But if you absolutely have to buy it because your trigger finger is just,
I
it has
want
to do
this
it. It has to
shotgun.
do. Like you can see, he's actually going for it again.
Yeah.
Then I would say that it should be a Pop Dog
Maybe
play.
he's just having fun.
Maybe they just know they got wrecked 9-0 in the first map, and they don't feel like they have a chance now. That could also be a possibility. They're just gonna like, okay, well, we did our best in the first map, we got wrecked, so let's just get this over. That's of course a bit sad if that's the truth, but it could be.
Again, we didn't see much action from the shotgun by Broom. Second chance. Well played today, Seba, and your teammate Nulla. What team name was that again? Was that that was the guards, sweaty guards? No.
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 No. It could have.
Sweaty God.
Sweaty
Nice
God
try.
was that player.
I'm just saying nice try. But your teammate was Nuller, I'm pretty sure of.
It was.
Yeah. Got the teammate.
Oh, that was like it popped on top of his body.
That
But you can
definitely-
see again, it's a full buy from the ABW team, and in this case, he actually tries to go with the Nova down to pop, but he gets demolished by Sampa.
Yeah.
And
But again, I'm having a little bit of a mixed vibe about how you're choosing to buy shotguns and scout on the T side, because you kind of also want to go to the side, as you know that the CTs are only holding one side. So I don't think it's an advantage taking scout and shotgun to try to take over side.
No.
You have one that's very long distance, scout, and you have the shotgun, which is a very close range. And
you want to
in,
go.
in my point of view, there's no trade. You can't
No.
trade in that situation because you are having like two opposite things.
You want to go somewhere in between with both
Yeah.
of your weapons. But to me, it looks like they've given up.
It could look a little bit like it, but let's go Yabba Dabba Doo. You can still do it. Don't
Don't
give up.
Hang in there.
Don't give up. It's 5-0. I know it's struggling. You got this.
Oh, AK.
No,
Nope.
he doesn't want it. Oh, unlucky.
6-0. This is looking pretty rough.
A little bit.
Get it
Hopefully the brackets are
rough.
seeded tomorrow.
Oh, you didn't get it.
Rough.
Yeah, but it's
Rough.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh. Oh my. Bad jokes. Bad jokes.
That's what's keeping us alive. 6-0 for Doctor. They have almost both legs. Do you say that in English? Going into the quarterfinals.
They're jumping through. No, they didn't even. Yeah, they went through the smokes and stuff. I kind of think we definitely have a team that's been giving it up a little bit.
Not performing the best.
They're not performing their best, and I think right now they're just saying, let's go in, let's have fun, let's go. Hopefully the brackets are seeded tomorrow. Well, I actually don't know if they will be seeded or if it's gonna be randomly picked. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow.
I think the road that we could have the brackets coming up when the tournaments are done, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
8-0.
We will see.
Set match point. Can they get the pistol round? They bought duels. Duels is a good we face.
That's actually one of the metas nowadays. That's definitely not the meta in this game. Game, set, and match. Oh, that might be the wrong game. It's not tennis, but the
The doctor's route for tomorrow.
yeah.
We faced all the other
9-0, 9-0. Going
clean sweeps in the end. We faced all the level 10s teams today. Unlucky. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
through. But Beryl, you're still here, right?
You're here.
And that's the most important
And again, there's giveaways for all participants from the tournament. So don't lose all hope. You can still win a little bit tomorrow. So,
part. Recapping for the teams that went through.
Reaper Esports. We have GG Last Dance. We have Rhea Squad. We have Toxic. We have Dog Players, Alpha Scrubs, Ito, and as we just watched, Doctor win 2 maps, 9-0, are also through for tomorrow's quarterfinals.
So hopefully tomorrow it will get even better going into the next stage, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and of course, in the end, the finals to decide which team that goes with
The
all of
prize
the
of
hardware. But yeah, of course.
1,000 euros.
So
And some
was
hardware.
there some sort of a bracket we could show?
Maybe. But again, tomorrow is also going to be best of 3.
It is. going along.
Like
for-
today,
yeah.
best of 3. Tomorrow is gonna be best of 3. We are having the same maps as today. We have Nuke, Inferno, Vertigo, Overpass, and Train.
I want more Inferno.
I think it should be something like we see in like professional tournaments, where Inferno is the decider map. It's
that could
usually
be,
the decider map, like the third map.
Yeah.
I hope we're gonna see that a little bit more tomorrow. That Inferno is gonna be that decider map. Yeah.
I think they're working on a bracket for tomorrow.
I think there are so too.
So you just keep talking.
Yes. We talked about the prizes.
Oh, you want a bracket for tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's random. So
It's
all
random.
the teams
It's
who
random.
just won today.
Okay.
With the 8 teams, and they're just gonna random generate.
So as we were told, it's just gonna be randomly generated tomorrow with who's gonna be playing against who. So there's no seeding, there is no nothing. It's just gonna be like mixed. Picking 2 names, they're going against each other.
So that was all for today. We are getting ready for tomorrow's quarterfinals,
Yeah.
starting at
3.
3.
15 CET. In case you're coming from somewhere else. Yeah.
So get ready for tomorrow. Tune in again. We are ready to get more CS.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.